Welcome to the Danvers Planning Board of February 10th, 2021. As a preliminary matter, this is John Farmer, Chair of the Planning Board. With me, I have Josh Morris as support staff from the town's planning division. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. I'll start with the members. Peg Zielinski.
Yes.
Lou George.
Yes, here.
Okay, let the minutes know that Jim Sears and Tori Adler are not available, and obviously myself as the chair are here for the meeting. This afternoon's meeting of the planning board is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gathering. And as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of the public body are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order will, which you can find posted on the town's website, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely, so long as reasonable public access is afforded, so that the public can follow along with the deliberation of the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comments. For this meeting, the planning board is convening remotely via WebEx app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you, and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Supporting materials have been provided to the members and will be shown during this transmission. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. A few ground rules. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda, but before we do, permit me to cover the ground rules for effective, clear conduct of the business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, question, or motion. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not talking. Please remember to speak clearly in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to converse with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. For items with public comment, we have established an email address for public comments. And I believe, Josh, it's publiccomments@danversmass.gov, or is it jmorris@danversmass.gov?
Yeah.
Jay Morris?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Residents may email comments, and they will be provided read out loud after staff has confirmed their name and address. All email must contain the date and phrase planning board meeting in the subject line. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call. So the first item under the agenda is 20 Arch Meadow Drive, request by MDG Strategic Acquisition LLC for endorsement of a Form A plan to divide the existing parcel and create one new lot, Assessors Map 54, Lot 001. And I believe Attorney McKeon, you're going to present on behalf of the applicant?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. My name is Nancy McCann. I'm here on behalf of the owner applicant, MDG Strategic Acquisitions LLC. They are the owner of the property at 20 Arch Meadow Drive. This property is a large site. It's about 21.5 acres, and it has several buildings on it. The first building that you're familiar with is the former Chili's restaurant. And then there is the health club towards the rear of the site, and then the retail strip mall in the back. Those are all on one parcel. Those are all on the 20 Arch Meadow Drive, 21-acre site. And the A&R plan that you have before you today is to separate out the restaurant parcel at the front that was Chili's. It's no longer Chili's. It's now a new restaurant, and put that on its own lot. You see that as Lot 4 on the A&R plan. This property's in the highway corridor zone, requiring 100 feet of frontage and 1 acre of land. We far exceed the 100 feet of frontage, and we have about 64,895 square feet of area. So the new lot does comply with the frontage and area requirements. The remaining lot, which will have the strip mall in the back and the health club, will also be compliant. It will have more than 100 feet of frontage on Arch Meadow Drive, and it will have about 20 acres of land, so certainly far exceeding the area requirement. So that's it, pretty straightforward. I'm happy to answer any questions. I can put the A&R plan up if you want to share that, or maybe Josh has that if you have any questions.
Yeah, I think it's up, isn't it, Josh? Josh, I think you're on mute. Okay, that's great. Why don't we start, Peg, with you? Questions?
I'm just having a little difficulty following the property line on this, and I had it on the other one too. The separated part out, which is just where Chili's used to be, is that property line, is the property line you're proposing just at the end of is it Archmore Drive? There's a squiggly line, a little line. I'm trying to get my bearings and I'm having difficulty. Also, you know, there's a pool company. Is the pool company included?
Peg, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So if you're looking straight at the what I'd call, you know, the Chili's or the driveway, the Arch Meadow Drive, the drive to get to the plaza, the parcel that we're talking about in this plan is just the parcel to the right of this kind of main Arch Meadow Drive. It's just this kind of smaller parcel. On your plan, on the plan shown on the screen, it says Lot 4, area 64,985 square feet. It's just this front. It's just the front right parcel to the right of the Arch Meadow driveway, if that makes sense.
So Josh, I had the same question. I couldn't see on the plan where it says Lot 4.
No, I can't either.
Okay. So yeah, so if you're looking at the plan on the screen right now where it says Newbury, you see Newbury Street
Yeah.
on the very bottom. So if you just look right above where it says Newbury Street, it's just that lot right above the word Newbury Street. It's that lot right. It's the lot that's like right along Newbury Street. So it's like the Newbury Street to the south, the Arch Meadow Drive to the left. It's essentially just like the kind of the pad that Chili's is on right now. If you think about it, where the Chili's is, if you just think about the Chili's building and then the parking that surrounds that pad, that's essentially what the parcel is. That's the parcel that's being kind of separated out from this larger, 20-acre parcel that encompasses the whole, shopping center, if that makes sense.
Can you hear me now? I dropped off and I rejoined.
Yeah,
we
Yep.
can. Yep.
I'm sorry about that. Was that clear to you where the lot line is?
I think I see the lot line for Chili. So the other lot, you're separating it off from, I'm interested in the other lot that it's being separated from, what the size of it is, where those lot lines are. You said that it
Okay.
included the strip mall, the health club.
Yep.
Yep. What about the pool place and the registry?
Yes, if you look, as you go up Arch Meadow Drive, the Arch Meadow Drive is basically a rectangle, okay?
Mhm.
And so the remainder parcel is shown as Lot 5 on the A&R plan, and that has frontage at the end of Arch Meadow Drive, so the squared off end of Arch Meadow Drive, and as it turns down to meet up with the new restaurant parcel. That's its frontage, and it's about 101.65 feet of frontage, so it meets the frontage requirement,
Mhm.
and it has 20 acres of land. And it includes the strip mall, the large building strip mall in the back. It includes the health club and the building on the right as you go in, which was the pool building.
The pool building. And what about the registry? Is that on the,
I believe that's on its own separate parcel there
okay,
as you
so
go
that,
in.
so this line that goes up and around a building and down is separate? That's a
That's a
separate,
separate lot. That was a separate lot in the original subdivision plan.
okay. Okay, I've got it. So it's really, what you're doing is just separating out the Chili's lot and leaving the rest of the shopping area. under
That's
one
correct.
lot. Okay.
That's correct.
How many buildings are open now, in that strip mall? I know Inn and Hope has gone out.
Well, I mean, the building is open. How much is occupied?
Right.
I believe Monkey Joe's is still occupied in there. I don't know how many other spaces are occupied. It's all occupiable. It's been tough in the commercial tenant space arena over this last year.
Are you
Peg,
separating,
oh,
is
sorry.
the applicant separating out the Chili's property because it's now changed ownership and they want to own their own land? Or do you have plans for the other 21 acres?
I assume you're asking this just out of curiosity as opposed to the A&R application itself.
Yes, yes.
We do have a new tenant under a lease for the restaurant parcel. I think the owner is looking to be able to sell that if they wanted to at some point as a separate standalone lot with a restaurant on it.
Okay. No other specific plans for the other 21 acres?
No, not at this
Okay.
point. No.
Okay.
Peg, as an anecdote, our office has received some interest in potential tenants. There have been a couple tenants who have reached out to occupy, the Inn and Hope space and the other kind of available spaces. So there is some interest in the building and leasing the space in that building.
Okay, well, I'm glad that Monkey Joe's is still there. As I'm sure you know, Nancy, Attorney McCann, because you were there at the time. But this has an overlay. I believe it's an overlay on it. Did we do an overlay, Josh? Or did we rezone? I think we did an overlay.
Okay, and what was the overlay?
Adult use zone.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I have not heard any inquiries proposing that use at that
Okay,
site
good.
at this time.
That was my concern when I saw,
Oh,
No,
yeah, no.
and
that was-
I can tell you specifically, I have not heard of anything of that type.
okay. Well, I believe the regulations say that nothing can develop, I think, within 500 feet or a number of feet of a child's place anyway. So as long as Monkey Joe's hangs in there. Okay,
Oh, that was your concern. I have definitely not heard of anything along those lines.
good. Okay, no problem then.
Okay, great. Lou, questions?
No, I think I think Peg answered any questions I had. I was I just sort of had concern just in terms of where everything fit and the boundary. So I guess the only thing is, Attorney McCann, just to double check. So looking at the plan, the extent of the remaining acreage, it ends around at Pope's Lane. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, and so that'll be. And you said the remaining parcel, that's lot 5, and you said that's about 20 acres, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any further questions.
Okay, thanks, Lou. All right, and I don't have any questions. They were answered. I will say it was hard to follow this map for whatever reason. I couldn't see. Still having a hard time. I know where the Chili's pad location. It makes perfect sense what's going on. I just can't see where it says lot 4, but that's just, for informational purposes. So anyone in the public, Josh, that's expressed an interest in speaking on this application?
There was Mr. Matthew Duggan had, I think he's here. I'm not sure if this was the purpose for him. Wanted to participate in the meeting. I guess I would ask him if he wanted to comment on this. I
No,
thought I saw.
I'm all set, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, great. Any other comments from the public? If not, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing, since there's only 3 of us.
I move we close the public hearing.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Okay, voice requirement polling, Peg,
Yes.
Lou?
Yes.
I'm in favor of closing the public hearing, and now can we have a motion on the application presented to us for this Form A lot? Is there a motion to accept the Form A plan?
I move that we accept this A&R plan for Archmore Road.
Is there a second?
Yes, I second that motion.
Okay, I'm in favor as well. So, but this, for the benefit of the record, we'll do the roll call vote. Peg,
Yes.
Lou,
Yes.
and the chair's in favor as well. So, good luck.
Thank you very much. Before I drop off here, I have an item that was going to be on the agenda that is not on. It's a bond reduction, and I just wanted to confirm when the planning board's next meeting is going to be.
I think it's in a couple of weeks, right? Josh, do you have that exact date? I think you're on mute, Josh.
Apologize. Yes, the next scheduled meet. There is no development administration items scheduled for February 23rd. It's sort of similar to this one. I think that we potentially, Nancy, we potentially could do a meeting sort of like this potentially for the item I think that you're discussing, or what you'd like to discuss with the bond reduction. And then the next meeting after that would be March 9th.
Mr. Chair, if I may, on the item.
March 9th would be out really very far for the bond reduction, so I would request
Sure.
that the board agree to have a meeting, whether it's like this or if you're using
Right.
it, doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
On the 23rd for the purposes of that bond reduction request.
Sure. Yep. Yeah. So, John, there was a similar item to this that was not a public hearing. It's more of an administrative matter. We did have a meeting scheduled. There is no other items on on February 23rd as we speak. So maybe we could potentially have a meeting sort of like this. I could just see if the board, if the board members are available, and we could discuss the matter which Nancy would like to,
Sure.
the bond reduction.
I mean, big picture, I don't have a problem, but I will tell, just for the benefit of the public, not every board member is comfortable with these special meetings. So I do want
Sure.
to respect all the members. So we may have to do our regular schedule.
Okay.
next meeting.
Yep. That's fine.
Mr. Chair, if
yeah, I
I may
would-
speak on the item that Nancy brought up.
Yep, go ahead, John.
Thank you very much, John Colantoni. We were originally on today's agenda that was emailed out. As you know, Attorney Sears is our attorney. He has to recuse himself from our meetings. We are confused why we were removed from the agenda. So mistakes happen, not a problem. But I have to stress, even if we're the only item on the next meeting, it is vital for us to have this bond reduced, the tripartite reduced in February, because if it was voted on today, for instance, we're talking, around $100,000 that it would be reduced. We've been doing very well on keeping the project on track and on schedule and meeting all the requirements, and I want to continue to do that. but I don't have to tell anyone when you tie up $150,000 when you're trying to stay on budget, it can really.
Yep, I understand the sensitivity, and we will have a meeting in February, John. You know, again, if Jim, of all the members, is uncomfortable with these special meetings, so I just want to respect Jim's long-term tenure on the board. So, and he's not going to be able to vote on that matter anyway. So, you know, if I can ask, you know, I can reach out to Corey too, Josh. I mean, personally, I don't know how the rest of you feel. It doesn't bother me on these administrative quick issues, but I do want to respect the legacy of how meetings get conducted. Peg, Lou, do you guys have any comments on that? I mean, it's easy. I guess it's easier for me to squeeze a half hour in my schedule than for some other people, but.
I'm fine with this. It's not like my days are really busy, so.
I have I don't generally have a problem as long as it's, as long as we sort of are able to have a hard stop during the day. I don't have a problem with with a half hour or even an hour, but just in terms of if it is something going more for an administrative matter, if it's more of a public hearing sort of, it may be better to have it in the evening as well, just so more people.
Yeah. Just a comment from staff. Yeah, we would never not have a public. The idea was just, during the current situation and times, administrative matter that we thought staff thought would have, sort of a brief conversation or brief discussion. We thought it would be an opportunity if there were enough members available. If they were not available or they weren't comfortable, obviously we would never have a public meeting or, a special permit or site plan application not at, our normally scheduled time. So we are happy to, work with Attorney McCann and Mr. Colantoni on this item. We can work offline, to make sure that it's the bond reduction, occurs in a short time.
Yeah, we'll.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Peg.
Mr. Chairman, I don't know, I can't remember who is there, but this is not a precedent. Even before we was doing Zoom meetings, there have been a few times that we have met at 8 o'clock in the morning, at town
Right.
hall for administrative things. So, actually, and I am at an advantage. I can usually make the time to be here. I know it's difficult for some people, but this is not a new thing. It's a new thing, Zooming it, but it's not a new
Right.
thing to have an administrative a meeting to discuss administrative something quickly.
Okay.
And that,
Sounds
just
good.
to add, that was kind of our idea also, Peg. So we're not trying to, change anything up significantly in any manner. Just these administrative matters come up, and we just thought it would be an opportunity to kind of
Yep.
on them.
I
But,
agree. So,
yeah.
John, what I would suggest is you have a sidebar conversation with Jim. And if Jim can't participate, and we can get this on the agenda pretty quickly before, even before our regular schedule, I don't have a problem with it. If we can all find, time to do what that's convenient. As I said, Tori's a new member. I think it's important that he has an opportunity to participate too.
Yes,
So, Mr.
I
Chairman,
did.
it's no problem. The problem wasn't with Attorney Sears. It's how we knew that we were on the original agenda. So, can you
Yes,
hear
we
me still?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay. So, I just want to make sure through the chair with Josh, we don't understand why we removed from the agenda. I want to make sure he has everything that he needs, because as far as we know, he does for the meeting for the bond reduction.
Okay. Yep, we can work offline, Mr. Colantoni, and we could figure this item out. I think that things were close. There was just some paperwork and some conversations that had to be had. And like in the email that the planning director sent the development team, we actually just received an updated memo very recently from engineering. So it's sort of a moving item, but moving, things are kind of happening. So, like I said earlier, we'd be happy to obviously work with the development team and get this, have this bond reduction voted, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we would like that if we could agree that we'll have that bond reduction meeting on or before your next regularly scheduled meeting, which would be the 23rd. I think that would make it be a good target. Let's say this meeting is going to happen either on your regularly scheduled meeting,
Sure.
the 23rd,
Yep.
or prior to that. Is that
Yep.
agreeable?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that would work for us.
Great, thank
For
you
staff.
very much. And as long as we're on administrative, what's the plan for
Thank you
getting
very
the
much.
A&R on board?
I will probably visit some of the planning board members as they know, and I'll work out with the planning board members logistically, and I will get their signatures.
Okay, great, thank you very much. I'm happy to run around with and get signatures too, Josh.
Sure.
So Josh, I'll be
Yes.
back home tomorrow. So if that plan's ready for me to at least sign tomorrow, I'll be around.
Okay.
Friday might be a little bit more challenging.
Sure. Well, thank you for letting me know that, and just let you know, I am John, or in the whole board. I have been including Tori and Jim on all the
Yeah.
correspondence.
Yep.
Just about if Tori, if Tori or any of the other members didn't want to do these administrative meetings, we wouldn't have done it. He said he was comfortable with us voting on this matter without him present. So I just wanted to add that comment.
That's good. Okay.
John, are you in some exotic place? Are we
No,
all
what I
gonna be
did-
envious of
What I
you?
did, Peg, is my wife and I decided to rent a corporate apartment in Boston in the North End for the month of February. Just
Oh,
to have a
that's nice.
change, just a change of scenery, because working out of the house for 8 months in a row, so walking to work is a new experience.
I bet it is.
And there's
Yeah.
some pretty
Wow.
good, and there's a lot of nice restaurants still open for takeout. So,
Mhm.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
It was fun. It was fun. It's different. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah,
Good, that sounds nice.
it's nice.
Great
Yeah.
All right, so is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Peg?
moved.
All right, Lou?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, good luck.
Bye.
Thank
Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.